ladies. Welcome to Every Way Woman. Different women, different opinions, great conversation. Now we're talking the Bad Girls Club.
Yes.
Have you seen it? Because I am shocked. I have no words.
Well, I can't believe it's been around for such a long time. The first time I saw the first season a few years ago, I will admit I was watching it. And I did not think it would last, especially on the Oxygen Network. I am a little disappointed with the Oxygen Network that they have something so negative, because that's a channel that's supposed to be
What kept you watching it? Because I turned the channel right away.
Yeah, I don't understand how people can get into all this emotional drama. I mean, I just don't even understand it because, you know, my whole life I've been trying to train myself not to be upset over little things, you know. Oh, she gossiped about me, or my boyfriend didn't call, that kind of thing. It's like, you know, there are real problems in the world. There's suffering. There are people dying. There are animals dying, you know. And so, and here they are worrying, you know, screaming at each other and cursing, and I don't understand how people watch that.
Well, to be honest, I didn't even know the show was on television until Jackie, one of our co-hosts, mentioned it to me. I had to do the research, and I was like, season 6, 7, whatever season. The thing with this mama drama, Bad Girl Club, you know, once you put it out on video, it's there for life and it's not going away. And think about it. Will I really give you a job if I saw that's how you behaved? I mean,
unfortunately, yes.
Probably
because
so.
Snooki got her own show.
Yeah.
But Snooki has made herself into a brand, though. Those women, not all those women are going to, that's not going to be their career
But they
for the rest
feel
of
like
their life.
that's their best shot at making it. And
But
that's their 15 minutes
we-
of fame, which they're hoping to make into a career
yeah.
and a lot of money.
But they're not thinking long
Because
term.
really, what are they going to be doing anyway?
Yeah.
I mean, sliding down a
Doing
pole?
the laundry,
What difference
you know,
does
they
it
They're
make?
making a living off it, and for that, well,
I'm
I
not
can't
saying they're
blame them.
stupid for doing that. I'm just saying the people that watch the show, you have to question why
It's-
people
I
watch
agree.
things
It's not
like
even
that.
so much the people that watch it. The only thing that bothers me is it disrespects femininity. Mama drama disrespects motherhood. And too many young people are watching this, and it's easy way out. And they see this is what you're supposed to aspire to. And mama drama makes me even mad because here's mothers promoting so that their girls act crazy.
It goes
like
back to
there
the
was
show
some
we
girls
did.
acting crazy because she was afraid her mama was going to get into a fight, and she was hanging out with these girls who don't know how to fight. And this girl was falling out and practically having a heart attack because she was afraid her mama was going to get into a fight.
The one that got me was the mother and daughter that dress alike. First of all, my husband wouldn't tolerate me dressing like my daughter who's 24, 25 years old. And why would I? I mean, I just find don't you think some of this is staged?
It's all
of
staged.
course.
I don't think so.
No, most reality shows are totally staged.
they're all staged.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But I just worry about
it's
the long term.
inspired from somewhere. This is happening in real.
So that goes
women's
back
lives.
to what Charlotte said. The producers are. Why are people watching?
Yeah.
Why are people watching
I mean, another
this
example
drama?
that's probably easier is Top Model, which I actually always liked that show. But I noticed in the last year or so, they've gotten into the drama rather than
a lot of drama,
the fashion
exactly.
and the photography and the competition, which is interesting. Now it's like, oh, the interaction between the girls, which I don't care about.
The
Here's
show has
the
also
thing.
lost ratings, too,
Of course, it's lost ratings
because of that.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of it. It is a Mean Girls Club. I mean, granted, I can't speak for all of them. I know some of them personally who have been on the show, and they're very kind women. But there is so much drama, and they're just airing their dirty laundry at this point. It's not all pretty. And they painted a pretty picture of the glamour world for a very long time, and now it's getting real.
Well,
There's a
I
lot
think
of grit
the
with
first-
glamour.
I remember the very first season of America's Next Top Model, and I remember the third season when Eva Pickford won, and I was crying because it was between her and Yaya. I was so happy that there was two black girls who were about to win.
I don't even know who these people are.
I do. I did.
But I really felt it. And then after that, it was like there was no feeling. Because, yeah, part of modeling is bad, but there's also a lot of part that's some heart, and that's good.
Well, speaking of models, I have some models who introduced me to Chick-fil-A, and we are going to talk about that as soon as we come back. It is good. It is good. Stay tuned.
Here's Every Way Woman.
Welcome back to Every Way Woman. So, true story. At a photo shoot last week, got introduced to Chick-fil-A for the very first time by models. It was so good, we had to go. But there's a lot of drama involved with Chick-fil-A. We've heard about this, right?
You know, this is so stupid to me. Of course, it's Chicago. Of course, it's my home state, Illinois, that's causing this problem with Chick-fil-A. I am so sick of politicians running jobs out of town in areas that really need them in tax-paying dollars. That's my own personal opinion on that.
Exactly. Rahm Emanuel needs to be talking about all the gang violence that's going on in
crime.
Chicago, and all the people have been killed.
Well, there is a lot of violence because of, you know, anti-gay,
Right.
Well,
same-sex
that's not
marriage.
what's happening in Chicago. They're
Well,
having
I
gang
think everybody
violence.
has the right to put forth their opinion. Chick-fil-A president has a right, and the protesters have a right. And now, actually, as you know, I'm an animal rights advocate, and PETA's getting in on it because, of course, Chick-fil-A discriminates against chickens more than anyone else, and so therefore there's a big protest in Hollywood with the gay community. And
You know what? I'm going to
And the
say
chickens.
this. Listen, if you don't like Chick-fil-A, don't go to the restaurant. If you're against, I do not eat meat, so I will not go there. But I do not have a problem with a business owner standing his ground for his moral beliefs. I would expect that from any company.
It's an American
But
company.
don't
that's
run away
right.
jobs.
That's the whole point of being in America is that we have freedom of speech.
But they weren't saying that Chick-fil-A can't come in. They're just the mayor. was
no,
They
they did.
Chick-fil-A can't
No,
come in.
banned
No.
it.
They
They're not
banned
gonna-
it.
Chick-fil-A. Yes.
They banned
And
the
in
company from
Boston.
coming in.
Uh-huh.
Boston's doing the same thing too.
I thought they were just putting forth their opinion.
No.
They said
And
they
I thought
can't
they
come in.
said, really?
No,
Nope.
they're banning the company from opening up stores in Chicago. And people need jobs.
Well, that's really odd to me because if you were to pick
Now, when it
apart
comes
the
to Rahm
politics of
Emanuel-
any
No, 'cause Rahm
president of
Emanuel-
any company, you're going to find things
Rahm
that are
Emanuel
problematic.
said Chick-fil-A didn't represent Chicago. But it's like right now what looks like is representing Chicago is violence and low jobs.
Listen, this is a political move. Just because the president came out and said he support gay marriage, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is growing up in a poor area like myself, these areas need jobs. This keeps these kids and maybe someone who needs an extra job from being on the street, committing crimes.
And it's a lot healthier than the McDonald's. They complain
I mean, you
about
could actually
all the
argue
fast
it's not
food
healthy
restaurants.
food. That's what I was
It's
going to say next.
healthier.
Remember when they banned fast
I
food
can-
from coming into South LA? The LA City Council
Listen,
at one point.
fast food is not
And the
what
LA
making
City
people
Council
fat.
also needs to quit.
Fast food's not
Yeah.
making people
I
fat.
think we just need to remember
No,
People
that
eating too much is making
Too much
them fat.
fast food.
No, people eat just as crazy at home. No one forces you to get in your car and drive
Exactly.
anywhere and eat. No one forces you to go to McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. If you don't want to go. But they need the jobs in those areas. And it's a shame that and this is coming from the president. This is such a political move. It is very
Right.
disappointing.
It is.
Especially Barack Obama is from Illinois. This is ridiculous.
I wonder if Barack Obama's ever had Chick-fil-A.
He's black. That man's had chicken before. He's probably
Chicken
eating some
biscuits.
right now.
It's good. Next week they're actually having a Chick-fil-A appreciation day
Oh, yeah, they are, yeah.
in Atlanta, where the company is based.
Right.
So we should see a rise in business and probably a rise in protests.
People need to start learning
Yeah.
to think for themselves, and that's the biggest problem.
But
You
I
know-
mean, they're
you know who
protesting,
this-
which they have a right to do.
But
That's
you know who this is
fine.
hurting? Yeah, you protesters don't understand because
Yes.
you guys usually
And
come
they
from
come from
different
other
areas.
places.
But
Exactly,
the people
to
that's getting
protest.
hurt are the people in those neighborhoods who need the job. Because Rahm Emanuel don't need the job.
I don't think you get
he's
that
getting
many
enough
jobs
political
from a Chick-fil-A
payback
here
himself.
and there.
We
I don't
you
think that's
do.
the
We might
greatest argument.
not need-
but
You
What's
do
the
get
greatest-
enough jobs.
because I don't think you get that many jobs from a Chick-fil-A here. I never even knew
ladies,
about. I've
ladies.
never been in a Chick-fil-A in my life.
We'll talk more. Stay tuned. More gossip. Right back.
Here's Everyway Woman.
Welcome back. After the recent loss of the world's first female astronaut, we've just found out she was a lesbian in her obituary. I mean, what a way to tell the world.
Well, there's a lot of, I mean, obviously there's a lot of dispute over coming out with information, and she liked her private life to be very private.
Exactly, that's
And
her
that's why the
choice.
Wikipedia page, I believe there was a fight going on about what was going to be included and what was not going to be included. And I think it's fine to keep it private. She didn't want to be known as, you know, the first gay astronaut. She wanted it to not be an
I'm
issue.
sure she wasn't the first gay astronaut.
She might not have been.
Well, considering she was the first female astronaut
And I was
to be
so
gay.
proud. I remember when I was in elementary school and Sally Ride, and there was the song Ride, Sally Ride. I was so proud when I was young because there was a woman as an astronaut, and this was the first time we had a female astronaut. And to me personally, her being a lesbian, being straight, it didn't matter.
It
You know, she's
shouldn't
a
matter.
smart. She's smart. She paved the way for little girls to do everything, not just be astronauts, but other things. So it does not matter, because there's some people that just like, maybe, you know, there might be some foot fetish people or something. Does that have anything to do with the job that they accomplished and where they were in history as to who they sleep with or don't sleep with? I don't care.
I think it's just because gay issues are such a hot topic right now that it's just brought into everything automatically.
Well, you know, this personally, the gays just felt like they missed an opportunity and said, hey, look, Sally Ride's gay.
Out and proud.
Yeah, exactly. It's her personal life. It's her business. She doesn't have to tell anyone. It's a lot of things about myself I don't disclose. You don't have to put everything out there. We live in an age of so much information and everyone wants to know every single thing about you. And I respect people who keep their lives private. You know, every celeb, I don't need to know what you're doing
And
every single
Tiger Woods never wants to tell anybody he's black. So
What does that have to do with anything?
So why do people
But
have
listen,
to say they're lesbian?
Sally Ride, she did a lot for astronauts, not just women, but why do we have to try to make her death something like, oh my God, she should have? No, she did what she wanted to do. She led the life she wanted to lead, and she wasn't hiding. It was not like she wanted to hide. So maybe the gays weren't looking hard enough.
Well, the real information I want to know is about her sister, because her sister's name is Bear Ride, and I want to know why she's called Bear Ride. And I
and
did a
she
huge
is a
search, and I
lesbian.
could. Well, I don't know
Her
if she's
sister.
lesbian
Her
or
sister's
not.
a
But
lesbian.
why
Her
she
sister is a
got
lesbian.
that nickname?
Okay.
That's what I want to know. I think that's fascinating.
Well, maybe she was doing a little
Bear.
bear. She was doing a little ride. I don't know.
I
But
couldn't
hey,
find it on the internet.
I like the name though, Sally Ride, Bear Ride, you know, keep going. You know what, people need to stop it. Activists are out of control in this country. We want to claim everything. The black activists are out of control, PETA's out of control, the environmentalists and the gays.
They're not out of control.
are
They're
out
just
of
voicing
control.
their opinion,
Everyone
and
is-
that's
you
just
know
perfectly
what?
fine.
But it's too much.
It is too much. It is
too
an
much.
overload.
It's just let people be
But the gay
them.
community want equal rights, and they deserve
They
to
have
have
equal
it.
rights.
And
They
they
have
need to
equal-
have
they have equal
gay
rights.
marriage needs to be
They
legalized.
have
to
equal
do
rights.
with Sally Ride, though.
I know, but
Exactly.
they're saying here's somebody who was important. Here's a role model.
She had
and
the
guess what? She was
opportunity.
gay. Don't discriminate against her. Don't discriminate against
No
us.
one's
That's what
discriminating
they're
against
saying.
her. If she felt it was so important, she would have came out. And well, she was out, but she'd have just let them know. Maybe she didn't like some of the gays.
You know, our sexuality shouldn't define us.
Yes.
Our race shouldn't define us. How much
Right.
money we make shouldn't define us. At the end
exactly.
of the day,
It's your
that stuff
accomplishments.
doesn't matter. Exactly. She spoke. She did her part. She was a hero for who she is and what she did, regardless of the backstory.
I agree. I agree. She's an
Exactly.
amazing. What, Charlotte? I'm
No,
just telling the
I
truth.
agree too. I'm fine with
Well,
fine with
For
that.
once, we're all in agreement.
It's
Stay
very
tuned.
rare. It's
Yeah.
very rare.
Back in a minute.
Here's Everyway Woman.
Welcome back to Everyway Woman. We're talking getting dumped or being the dumper.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this again. I've never been dumped. Okay, that's it.
Well, I've never dumped anybody. I've only been dumped.
Right.
And I can tell you the best thing to do is lie. You do not want to make them feel bad. You don't want to tell them if there's another person. I wouldn't want them to tell me, no, I'm
I don't want to
serious.
be lied to.
As a person who's been dumped, I can tell you right now, I don't want somebody to say, oh, I found another woman, or no, I want them to say, I just need a break, maybe 6 months off,
With
I've got
another
other
woman.
things in my life. No, I want to be let down easy. I don't want my feelings hurt. I don't want to feel horrible. And then it's easier to recuperate as the person who's dumped. That's my view.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't have anything to do with you, because, it's like Cat Williams said, your self-esteem is called self-esteem for a reason. So if you decide for whatever crazy reason that I'm too good for you, and then you have to go away, hey, that's your fault. I'm not going to let it hurt me. And even so, I'm certainly not going to let them know how bad it made me feel.
Exactly. Now, okay, so I've never been dumped, but I agree. I could see it both sides. But the thing is, if you're gonna dump someone, don't at least tell them. And so, like me, don't do like I do. Just don't answer a person call.
This
you
passive
ignore
aggressive
them? You
back
don't talk to
away.
them?
No, why? You know you dumped if I don't answer the call. What's the
That's
point?
terrible.
I have nothing else to say to you.
No, you have to sit down and have a
seriously, though.
conversation. That's
No,
the
because
worst
then
thing
you have a
could
conversation,
do.
they try to cut you.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
no,
because you know
no.
what?
Then it
The
gets
problem
mad.
is,
Yes,
'cause
exactly.
a lot of women, we want closure. And the problem is with that closure is it's never ending.
Yep.
Because nobody else can actually close it. You have to
Exactly.
close that chapter yourself.
Exactly.
The last
And I'm not a
breakup-
girly girl. So,
I mean, they can last for hours too. The last breakup I had, he ended up on my front porch for hours and hours. It just dragged on and on.
you
And
should have turned the fire hydrant on, but go ahead.
I thought about it and I thought, my God, finally, I was like, he got all metaphorical, and I was like, no, this is me closing the door on you. We're done here. Because sometimes it's like you want to tell the truth, but the truth hurts, and then it just gets mean. And then people say hurtful things. Maybe it's better just to do like you do.
Well,
and just be
you know
done.
what?
Don't take the calls.
The worst thing
Change
that
your number.
happened to me, the last breakup I had, the worst, I was in the Middle East. I was stationed in Kuwait. And somebody broke up with me over the phone. And I was like, why couldn't you just tell me this when I got home?
Right.
Why do you have to tell me this here? I'm in the barracks, and everybody has to see the fact that I got dumped. And I used to look at everybody else and go, ha ha, they got dumped over the phone. Then I was one of those people sounding
How they know you
pitiful.
got dumped over the phone?
Because you could hear me yelling and screaming at
crying
everybody
on
there.
the phone.
And I was so glad that they just cut. You know, when you talk about just end it, I was so glad that the powers that be who were listening on the line just cut the line.
But then did you have to change your relationship status on Facebook? I mean, how terrible is that, too? I don't even believe in relationship status past Facebook. I don't want anybody knowing I'm in, I'm out. It's complicated.
Yeah, I agree. I
Too
think that
much.
is kind of a whole
I,
embarrassing situation. I never did. I've been married for a while, so I never had to deal with that.
Are you
thank
married
God.
on Facebook?
Since
I'm married on Facebook and in real
Well,
life.
the only reason I'm married on Facebook, because you know women, we get, oh my God, so many men come after us on Facebook.
I
mean,
don't.
I have to
Yeah.
turn the chat off. Oh, you don't?
Yeah.
No.
you don't get just odd people
You'll
from
get
other
odd
countries.
people like, hey, I know, hey beautiful, how you
Yeah.
doing?
And
Maybe
they
I don't
always
go on
spell it
Facebook
wrong.
enough.
And they always spell it bootiful.
what is your relationship status?
I don't believe in it. I just don't
Well,
even
maybe
put it on there.
you guys have. Well, you're married, so what do you have? Do you have?
We'll keep
single?
it personal. We'll keep
Even
it
married
personal.
people don't care.
Keep the status off. We'll just keep our lips sipped on this
Okay.
one. We'll be right back.
Here's Everyway Woman.
Welcome back to Everyway Woman. We're talking relationship statuses and Facebook profiles. So, do you have a fake one? A real one?
I do have a fake Facebook profile, but it's not because to spy on anyone. It's for political reasons. I'm very political, and I don't want anyone to know it's me. So that's
So you
all
have
I'm
a
saying.
secret voice, an outlet?
I do. I have a different name and stuff, so I can go on and, you know.
Oh, that's
Say
interesting.
what I
I
wanna
never
say.
knew that about you. You are
Yes.
keeping secrets from me.
I did.
She's not letting us in on that one.
Yes.
I saw an episode of 2020 yesterday, and this was a true story. And this man is in prison right now. He was on the internet chats. He was on Facebook. He was all that. He met what he thought was an 18-year-old tall blonde. He had pictures of her, everything. Anyway, they had this relationship. She found out through his Facebook page from his wife that he was a 47-year-old man married with kids. So Tall Blonde got extremely mad, dumped him, ended up getting with one of his friends.
Was
a
she really an
22-year-old.
18-year-old tall blonde?
No. She got with one of his friends who really was a 22-year-old young person.
45-year-old.
Okay, but why is he in prison?
He's in prison because he went and shot his friend, the 22-year-old guy, because he got with Tall Blonde, who he thought was
But
an
you know
18-year-old
that
woman.
it's
but
just
was
because
really a
technology is in our
45.
life now. This happens before Facebook. It will happen after Facebook. I mean, you know, I think that a lot of the articles have to do with the fact that, you know, like in England, they did a study and they found out that 20% of the divorces, the word Facebook was in the divorce papers. So, but you know, that's
Really?
just technology coming into our world. You know, you have, I think, 61% of, you know, the people that find out about an affair is through text messages. You know, the other
Or
person
breaking into a Facebook account, which
Exactly,
I've
you
done.
know, or spying on somebody through. My goodness, I'm learning so many secrets about the two of you.
You know what I found interesting about the research was that women are creating Facebook profiles to see if their men are cheating on them. And
Oh, are they
I'm
trying to
so-
like entice
Yeah.
their men
Yeah.
to see
I
if
said,
they'll
what
take
what
the
happened
bait?
to going through their wallet? And
Well, you know, there used to be a reality show actually where they would hire an actress to go in and try to, you know, entice the boyfriend. The
Yes.
girlfriend would be part of it. I mean, I think it's a horrible, ridiculous, negative thing to do. But there was a show where they actually did that.
But isn't
yeah, they
she
have
setting
decoys.
him up though?
Yeah, it was setting them
No,
up.
I'm just saying with the
decoys.
Facebook profile, she's setting him up.
She's setting
Maybe
him up.
she's
No.
saying things to him that only she knows that he will respond to. What you mean?
No.
No,
You
she could be
shouldn't
like,
do
"Oh,
that.
girl, I like the
You know
dog."
what? If there's a free car out and the engine's running, I know it's not my car, so not get into it and
Is
drive
it a
off.
Porsche? Because if it's a Porsche, I'm gone.
Convertible, I
I'm
think about it.
5-speed.
But you know what to do if you're a married person and you think your spouse is cheating on you, possibly, or you think he may have something going on with another person on Facebook.
You cut him.
You friend that person. It will freak them out. That's what I
Oh,
believe.
that is
and
a
that
very good
will
play.
end it right there.
Well, why
most
would you
of the
friend
time.
that? Wouldn't that friend already know you the wife?
And
Yeah, that's what
decline.
I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
like
and if she
saying,
declines, then you know
I'm
there's a
watching you,
reason.
honey. That's what it's saying. Yeah.
Well, I just think, seriously, as a woman, you don't even have to create a Facebook profile. Women have instincts that no one else have, and I think that it's a setup that you're setting him up for failure or setting her up for failure. Because
That's not love.
What? Well, it's immature. Yeah, you're being immature. Maybe the relationship is over.
It's not necessarily love. You do want to know what's going on, and you do want to have evidence.
And it's tempting to be sneaky.
But one
It
thing I
really
do
is.
agree that maybe you need a Facebook profile if you want to talk about other things.
Yeah,
you
or
know?
like if you want to talk bad about your job or something.
Yes.
Sometimes
Who is
it's
that
a
person?
reason- Yeah.
She doesn't work here. Why does she keep trashing our company?
Sometimes we need a little disguise and alter ego,
Exactly.
just to let it all out. Stay
I was
tuned.
wondering who was saying those bad things about me.
We'll be
Now
right
I know, Yolanda.
Here's Everyway Woman.
Hey, ladies, Chris and Rihanna back together. I cannot believe this.
I can. They deserve each other. They are two lunatics, okay? Two crazy folks deserve to be together.
Wait,
No.
what makes them crazy?
Because first of all, she's constantly doing crazy stuff with or without him. And
Like what?
Well, I think it shows her.
Like
I
what?
think it's her depression. I think it's a depression on her part because that's why she keeps acting out.
Or
'Cause if
she
you're young,
loves him and she believes in the
doesn't
good of
love-
him
it-
and
she's
it's romantic.
She's under that typical spell that women who get abused are under because
How you
they
know
keep
she's not
getting
abusing
abused.
him?
She's you know what?
I have a
We
feeling
didn't
them
see
two
pictures.
fight together.
No,
we
they
didn't see
did
pictures
say.
of him with a busted lip and a black eye. It was pictures of
They
her.
say what?
That she was throwing punches when
Well, I
he
would
hit
throw
her.
punches too if
They both
somebody's
have
beating
fantasies
me.
of being in the Worldwide Wrestling League.
Well, let me
this is
tell you
how
something.
they play it out.
Rihanna and Chris Brown both are spoiled little brats. They have way too much money, and they both are crazy, and they deserve each other.
This
I have
happens
no
to a lot of
sympathy.
broke people.
so
I have
judgmental.
no.
I know. It
I'm
doesn't
so
have anything
sick
to do with
of
money.
everyone saying, "Oh, she's a role model. She shouldn't go back to him." And this.
It's
and that.
not because she's
not
a role model.
She's
It's
not
because
a role
he
model.
could
I
end
think
up killing her.
the bigger picture
Or she
is
could end up killing him.
It's
Yeah,
not,
but
but
why-
it's bad.
It's their
Why
private
is
life,
she-
and I don't know
yeah.
why people are butting into it.
No.
That's my view.
But
Thank
it
you.
speaks a lot of women in general. Why are we giving abusive men, or why are men giving abusive women this second
Yeah,
chance?
because
when
even
there's
after
domestic
he
violence?
did this to her,
Told
his
you, they
album
like each
sales
other.
his album sales skyrocket.
She's
after he
making
beat her.
music with him. Apparently, there's something about him. He must be an incredible lover.
Maybe it's a publicity
That's
stunt.
the only
I
way.
think
The
it's
whole
the
thing is
only
to
way.
get in the press.
Well,
Or
even
she
though-
must have
you don't
something that
even
he
know.
can't walk.
Even
I've
though
seen her.
they are both celebrities, still, it's a problem about domestic violence. And this is blown up to show you how these women get caught up. And domestic violence never
He's
ends
caught up.
well.
He has been told by the judge to stay away from her. It's something about him and her that are attractive to each other. He should know that she's not good for him, and she should know the same about
They're
them.
like
but they
repelling
they
magnets.
like this.
But
They
that's
like
the
each
same
other.
reason people stay in abusive
But it's not our
marriages for
business.
years.
It's not our
It's not
business.
our
If
business.
they wanna-
If they want to beat the living daylights out of each other, let them. Let them. Apparently, she love it. If she likes it, I love it.
No.
No, why?
No,
what, you gonna go
that's not-
save her?
No, not me personally. But
But
if I was there and I saw an abusive situation, I would call the police. I
Her
wouldn't.
family
Where's
was,
her- yeah,
her
where's her
family
family?
was
My
with them.
family wouldn't be. None of my relatives would be in an abusive situation because I'd have done something. So
Oh, my parents would have been on a plane. They would have had me taken right out of LA.
yeah, there's no way.
They would have taken their foot down.
I'm just telling you, it's their problem. It's
Yeah.
their business. It's none of my business. I don't care how many millions she make. I don't care. It is her problem.
She must think the positives in him outweigh the negatives, one would assume.
Well, you know what? It's never a positive when you get hit upside the head.
Maybe she hitting him too.
I
they
am
like
sure-
getting hit.
Have you
Maybe
been
they like hitting each other.
Self-defense.
They like hitting each other apparently.
Self-defense.
Have you ever been in an abusive relationship?
Hell no. I mean, heck no. Because you hit me, you will never see the day of light again.
I'm scared.
I am not a punching bag.
She's got a fake identity
No.
too.
No, I am not a punching bag. I don't agree with hitting a woman. It's wrong, or hitting a man. But if they like each other and that's what they want to do and that's their little thing,
Well,
let them.
no,
At
'cause
least
the
they not
problem
beating
is-
on no one else.
No,
beat each
because
other.
the
That's what I
problem
say.
is then she'll end up pregnant. Then there'll be children involved. That's the thing. If two people can keep it with them, cool. But no, it's going to be children. And also, too, domestic violence situations, who gets hit?
Who
An
said they still fighting?
Innocent person.
Who said they
Innocent
still
person
fighting?
gets shot.
But it's not just the children that are involved now. We're all involved.
Yes.
We're all fans, or
I'm
you know,
not
we're-
fans.
Well,
I've
we
dealt
know.
with, as
We-
in
it's
being in the
media.
military police, I've dealt with
And
domestic
probably her
violence
family and her
situations,
friends.
and they
Their
always
friends are
want to
dealing with
jump
it. To be
on
honest,
somebody else.
I don't invest money into studio-made music. I really don't. I mean, please, really, I don't even understand how they're around, but that's just me.
With her own Facebook profile. She's a little
They stay
angry.
in the press
She's
because they beat up on each
listening
other.
to
That's
her
it.
own tune once again. Thanks again for coming, ladies. We'll see you next time on Every Way Woman.
This has been an Everyway Woman production.